Simple dragons. Right, we want to take as many troops with us as possible, start taking resources and send someone up the river. If for no other reason than the fact that we can see when the enemy comes using it. You can't reach the goddamn boat. Obelisks, which means there is the Grail treasure here. We buy another hero. Yes. Ooh, different types. Fair enough. This will save me time. I don't have to do anything but fight with the main hero. Have any mana left? Plenty. Might be a good idea to split the archery team at this point. 14 is more than enough for the enemy stacks we're facing here. Realistically, we might be able to dodge one of them. Honestly, I don't think that'll work. Just have to attack, do the best we can. Still. Right, not much of a fight. Huge drain on mana, but we're not really using mana. Minor buffs only. Still, fairly good start. Mainly in that we got two heroes of the same type I'm already using. That's the big thing. Usually you're not quite so lucky. You should provide basic resources for a long time so we can upgrade quickly. Opposition seems to be devils. An item. Not bad. Right, more or less we need to know the options here, that's it. We don't really need to achieve anything or even discover anything important. Fighting against these random demon forces also helps us in the fact that we can choose favorite enemies that are part of the demon army. Probably should secure mines first. There are all mines here. Gold mine. It's fairly important to get it. Thing is, I don't know if I can disrupt them before they attack. They are on a single group though. They'll also do return fire, which is a big pain in the ass. I could kill 4 of them or buff my own attacks. I don't think slow is the biggest problem here. How much damage do they do? They'll do half damage now. I think slow half damage. Holy shit, those 5 minutes were lost. Yeah, that's tough. And apparently I didn't move enough. Yeah, it's because there's the tree. Right. I was sort of relying on being able to tie them down quickly, but it's not gonna work like that. Moved a little bit too cautiously for no particular reason. I'd rather lose melee guys than range fighters. I'll wait with these for the mob. Big losses, but at the same time it's a big win to get the gold mine at this point. We really could use more luck with this group. The situation isn't terrible by any means, but it massively increased the damage we can do. And we rely on the range weapon users so massively. Increases damage dealt by heroes creatures in range combat by 20%. Hard to ignore this. They're offering me the basic luck. Honestly, more morale might be better than the archery because it allows you to do double turns pretty much. So that's slightly more than 20% increase. Also, it would allow a new basic skill to appear here. Maybe diplomacy might be bad. We'll probably offer advanced light magic or defense. We need light magic to expert level soon anyway, so it wouldn't be bad. The enemy group should be extremely fast. Might be able to deal with one of the group without too much fuss, but there's no way in hell we can deal with both. Hopefully this will slow them down a little bit. A little bit. Could have been better, could have been worse. A lot of good opponents we killed there though. Want the core range units as quickly as possible. We want more sprites. We probably should go for the tree ants sooner this time. They're a fairly good unit if you really have nothing else but range units to rely on the damage. The ship seems to be the key to getting the obelisks, more or less. Sure, they really serve any other useful purpose. I mean, going with the ship early on. Even then, the fights aren't exactly trivial with these lots of unicorns. That's a lot of damage you have to do. So I couldn't get the obelisk now, even if I wanted to. But we have about 3 days before the week changes. I can get the somewhat interesting upgrades anyway, even if I take the city hall. So let's take the city hall. Get unicorns and druids on the first week. Everything else requires too many city upgrades anyway, so... You found nothing. Wonder if these would join us. Don't like our chances. You usually, even if you had diplomacy, you have to have a force that is somewhat stronger than the enemy, otherwise they will not join. Ones who join are more or less pre-programmed to join up anyway. Right, this will be gem mine and a crystal mine. Mercury can be obtained from there. Gems and crystals are more important to us, so we'll go after them first. Lots of Cerberuses, so repeat of the previous fight that caused me casualties. We probably should pick a side. Shove most of the units there instead of splitting them up. Right, there's quite a lot of them. Still, there might be one of them that can't really reach us. Especially if we... never mind. Right, we could block them from archers to some extent, but they wouldn't make that much of a difference. Better off attacking with everything we've got. It's gonna hurt, but what can you do? Right, this went better than expected. Gem production started. Crystals and gems are needed for the dragons. I think crystals more than gems. Not 100% sure on that one though. Both are needed heavily. Troops, definitely troops. Unicorn Glade, it's okay. Gotta have something that can sort of hold their own against the enemies. Might even get the tree and archers. That would be great. Right, at least I have all the basic resources covered the first week. That's really all you can hope for. You have the... we'll have to go back to the city and get reinforcements. With the druids, extra hunters, 3 ants, 3 corns, that's a substantial increase in our offensive power. Might also be able to choose some favored enemies from the demon lineup. Several pit lords. That's the only way forward. We don't want to use a ship. Not sure if this is a positive thing for us or not. To us, it might be better to just use a ship. In fact, I'll return here with this one. Mainly because he has a +1 lock item. So that's gonna be useful no matter what. I do need to get to the city anyway. Right, so we have the basics covered. I don't think the start can really go any better than this. Money might be our biggest problem. I'm going to continue exploring with this one no matter what, but I'd like the item, the 4-leaf clover, to be safe. Someone who isn't gonna die if they get attacked. 3 archers. Anyways, they're probably the best unit I can get for a long time, expensive wise. And we do need to favor the basic unit instead of the upgrading one. Upgrade one in case we... because those are the most we encounter in the wilderness. Deadly calm. Weak when nothing really happens. We could try to upgrade something. No, we need to do 2 things. We need to buy the Avengers Guild and then upgrade the sprites. The upgrade makes a lot of sense with the sprites. But I also want the favorite enemies, because we are facing demons and I've encountered multiple demon groups already. That it? Yeah, that's it. Those are the 3 troublesome ones we will probably be facing. Or have faced, rather. The rest are manageable. I have to wait another day at least. Just to get the upgrade. Do we want to set out sailing? I think we would have enough troops to take on this, for example, with the added troops there. We could then go here. Probably take on the druids. I'm not sure where to after that. Also, I'm not sure if the pit fiends here are any kind of a prevention measure against enemy heroes. I mean, there's so few of them, but I doubt it. I don't know which one would be the better option. Knowing the location of the treasure from the puzzle map is a big thing. It's a massive boost in what your city can produce. But, there's the but. It's nothing amazingly good. Also, it means 2 heroes are more or less going to be sitting around here doing nothing for the foreseeable future. Well, we have a day or 2 to decide that. Want to first see how much our army can do. We don't have enough wood for additional upgrades, so shit. How much wood do we need for the 3 extra? That's tolerable. But we can't even do the goddamn market. Right, this was a catastrophe. I think we're gonna get a move on. See how it goes. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a smart thing to do, but yeah, you never know. Otherwise, until we get more wood, we can't do anything anyway, so... Maybe minor upgrades? We can do the better druids. I'm not sure I want to though. At least not yet. This will determine a lot. If there are only very few of these obelisks, then I might want to go after them as quickly as possible in the hopes that they're more or less all in the water areas. If not, then that's a different matter. Basically, I don't know if I want to use the crystal and gems and money here to the upgrade. I'm not getting that much money, and I certainly will have better uses for it. Right, this turn determines a lot. Quite a lot. I have magic defense, so I'm not sure how well this will work. Well, they're not really technically the type of opponents we're equipped to fight against. Right, yeah, winning against them is not the problem, but we're gonna take serious casualties, and we're not really going to get anything but a clue about where some sort of an item that allows us to produce more troops and get more money is. So it's not that great of a deal in exchange for these amount of casualties we're gonna take. I want to still see how many obelisks we are likely going to need. So we're going to fight this fight to the end, no matter what. I think it's unlikely to hit the Silver Pegasus. Right. Casualties weren't that extensive, but still. Diplomacy, please. The cold stone and the mysterious obelisk guards its secrets. I can't even goddamn visit it. That is some bullshit, so naturally it makes no sense to try to go after the obelisk at this point. There's not even a theoretical chance we'll get anything out of them. I wonder why. The game has given me no reason to think that I couldn't use those. That is some bullshit. But at least our path is clearer now. Only one road to take. Best thing I can pretty much do is just shoot at the guy who's going to cast a spell anyway, so even if I somehow do a little bit something to him to disable him, it wouldn't affect the spell casting damage. It's actually a fairly good opponent that they shoot at target, from my perspective, that they chose to shoot at. Largely irrelevant. I needed to get rid of one of the stacks anyway. Don't think I have to risk casualties. The problem is he'll automatically kill at least one melee opponent, so I need to think, who do I want to actually attack him? Lost a Pegasus, not a Pegasus, but a Unicorn and one stack of shitty melee in it. I think I'll take the Diplomacy now. It's at least a decent chance for us to be able to grow our army even with neutral units. I don't think we have a sulfur mine. We don't have a lot of use for sulfur, so it's not a bad, it's not a catastrophe in any way, but doesn't mean we wouldn't have any use for it. Right, wood is the big problem at the moment. Right, this is one of our favorite enemies at this point, I think. We should be able to fare fairly well against it. Just pit fiends, not pit lords, so you can attack them a little bit more aggressively. And avoid casualties entirely. Precious wood, some other precious resources. Right, more money isn't exactly a bad thing, more sulfur. Have to keep an eye on the sulfur levels. Basically just decide where exactly do we have the best use for it. Better unit upgrade. Speed would be probably the best thing at this point. Or rather, unit production rate. More troops every week. Enough wood for at least a couple of upgrades. Double base creature growth. Not a bad thing. There's not much we can do as far as unit growth is concerned. We can more or less do the upgrades and the basic blade dancers. That's pretty much it. Alternatively, sprite and pixie growth. But this benefits everything. Choose two. No. 3. And I think we have. I'm not sure if we have the wood for it. I'll take the castle primarily. Helps with the defense in case an enemy army appears and gets the higher level units upgraded. As far as how many units they produce, big help. What is that? Just protecting something? Is it? Not that it matters too much. We don't have any special bonuses to fighting against hellhounds though. So killing around 90 of them isn't a minor task. I could certainly use better spells too. So if I go back to the city, I need the major skills upgraded. I can block these fairly easily. I can't block this guy. What is that? A tavern or a thieves' den? A lot of things here too, but I'll take the extra 1000 experience points first. We have found nothing. That seems to be the theme with the sea treasures in this map. I'm certain the enemy will have access to the water too, so it would be great to find out from where. We're short on wood again. Let's head south. Lots of succubus mistresses. In exchange we will get some money. In exchange of guaranteed casualties. Alternatively, a pack of pit lords. That's not an opponent I would like to face either. Right, we don't really have the wood to do all the upgrades I want. Right, we'll be missing one. Battle Dance Terrace maybe, just to get it going. Plus 4 sprite growth is nice, but we're getting 20 of them each week, so plus 4 isn't that big of an increase. Still, why am I not seeing the red? I'm not exactly... Here's the red. Not exactly fortifying myself in a narrow area here. Yeah, there's the city. Estera. Still, I'm not sure if I'm meant to attack it. The goal isn't to do that. The goal is to get the dragons. Oh, the service. Island of Undead. lot of mines. Good items. Same area as the demon though. Winning this fight would give us wood. But pack of pit lords is up. That's a dangerous opponent. We do not have even remotely the firepower to take them out. Not quickly enough. The red do anything here. But he has here he's taken resources, so I think that's where his main active force is going to be stationed. Should I head back? We're getting quite a bit far away from the main city, and this is likely not the direction where the enemy even is. I think we should be heading back to the city, getting reinforced upgraded units and heading toward the red. I have no idea where exactly am I supposed to get the dragons from either. Suppose that's part of the mission. Find out. Try to adventure while the demon sort of starts to harass you at some point. You need higher level spells and extra units. Food is a big problem. The thing is, I don't think I can, even if I build a marketplace, I couldn't really exchange any useful resource for the wood. Mercury might be the only one. And we couldn't trade that much of it, but do it anyway. How much is mercury to wood? 5. It probably... It would certainly help, no denying that. It's a huge waste of mercury, but it's not like we have other uses for it either, so... Might as well turn it to wood. There's a good chance these heroes will die. Right, that's where the demon is going to be. Also, there's at least a slight chance he can pick up and join those armies with his. So if I just leave them there, that could be a big big problem later on. Wood is the bottleneck resource. Can't upgrade anything because of lack of wood. I'll try to get it through some means, enough to do some upgrading. Silver unicorns. The mage skill requires it. I think troops are of higher priority at this point. We need to be able to upgrade the main hero's army when he arrives at the city. Spells are nice, but spells alone won't allow us to really continue exploring effectively. Troops will, even if we sort of lack on the spellcasting front. Ah, extra wood. That is very, very welcome. Ooh, there's an enemy ship. No chance. Well, that's a problem. We could try to lure it away from there. Let's not do that. There's still a chance we might survive. I doubt it, but there's a chance. Ten wood, 5 wood, 5 wood. If I take spells, upgrading units becomes very, very tough. I think I would opt for the ancient tree ants at this point. 15 for the hunter's lodge, holy shit. Right, first of our hero will die. Army is okay, but nothing special. Extra wood. That alone made it worthwhile to come here. There's also a decent chance that the demon hero they have will take a ship and come to south. Might want to encounter him. Do we want master hunters or not? We could take better spells or sprites. Or master hunters. I'm leaning toward master hunters simply because that's a big part of what our army consists of. We did lose a ship there. This time the losing of the ship wasn't really worth it. We never got the wood back from building the ship. Been better spent on upgrading structures. Can't get the master hunters, it'll take too much wood. Even if I would trade in if I would trade in all of the mercury, pretty much it might work. Alternatively is I could do a couple of the lesser upgrades. They're not that amazing. I could do two mage skills. We're going to wait for the week too, so we basically have 3 structures we can build. Probably realistically 2, because we don't really have the wood. I think sprites and maybe a mage guild. I think we would need a 3rd or 4th tier to produce something useful with the mage guild though. Alternatively, we wait and upgrade the master hunters. I guess we'll take the master hunters then. There's not that much use for stone either. It's a little bit more expensive to trade this way, but it's not impossible. At the same time, let us take it now. Secure it. Attack and defense increase, damage increases, hit points increase, shots left increase. They're more or less the same. Warding arrows, what the hell are those? This creature shoots charmed arrows. In addition to normal damage, there's a chance they might stun the enemy and delay their turn. Okay, that is a massively useful thing. Can we even... we can't afford the troops. We'll have to buy some core troops no matter what. But this has a decent amount of attack power already. The question now becomes, what exactly are we gonna do with the main hero if we can't go after the obelisks yet? So what are we gonna go after? I'm thinking the upper right corner. There's guaranteed demon opponents there. Sell resources, we might get enough wood. Let me take a look at the upgrades remaining. Wood and crystal, wood, gems, all resources, wood and stone. There's not that much need for stone though. Mage's Guild probably require 5 each time. This will take 5, but we can certainly trade some stone. Also, I didn't see that many much use for crystal currently. Yeah, we need to get the dragon, sure, but we can't actually build this structure now. berry trees for now. Extends bright growth. If we can get closer to 100 of them, which we can't right now, it's a significant attack group with no retaliation, attacks everything around it. So it's a nasty piece of work actually to deal with. It's something that's somewhat easily taken care of, but it's one of those things that you do have to actually seriously attack. Right, we have a established path to Ur-Esteroth now. Like, we literally know what's needed to take on to get played out. There's a lot of resource sites on the way there. Might be the best attack route. I mean, we know that there's an opponent there, but we don't exactly know what it entails to go after him. There might be nasty surprises. On the other hand, the other cities, the path there is known. I don't think we'll trade here anymore. We'll wait for a turn, we'll do the sprite upgrade and then we'll go. Aim for an enemy city. There's no way we can afford all this shit. Still, the silver Pegasus, not Pegasus, but unicorns are pretty much probably one of the best attack units we could have. Don't particularly want to leave them behind either. How are we gonna turn to more money? Could sell resources. Unfortunate as that is, that's not actually a horrible idea at this point. We can always have before we reach any target, we'll have enough money to buy whatever we need. So what we really need is money right this second, so we can do the army purchases. Everything else is not that important at the moment. Right, there's no way in hell we can even remotely afford these. What if our blade dancers comes relatively cheap, so I'll take those. Sulfur is something we can't trade. Right, at best we could buy an extra ancient tree and maybe a couple of silver unicorns. I don't think that's really worth the trade. So we're gonna leave with the units we have. We'll have a secondary hero bring up the rest later on. I think that makes the most sense. Game Demon City. Need to play one of them out of the fight. Goal isn't to take them out literally, but it would certainly take any pressure out of this mission. Demon has been fairly unremarkable so far anyway. Hasn't really tried to even do anything. It'll take a couple more days, pretty much the end of the week, before we can buy the existing units, and at that point we might as well wait for the next week. Right. Well, the situation is what it is. Hopefully the upper right hand side demon isn't gonna make any moves during this time. However, we would have a defensive force in the city at that point. Also, losing the city isn't exactly a mission objective, so it wouldn't matter. In some ways, it wouldn't hurt to fight these fights on the way up there. Fights don't look particularly dangerous. At the same time, I don't see a particular reason to fight them. A little bit of money would be slightly useful. And it's gonna be next week before we reach the enemy city. So they will have defensive forces there. Still, I haven't seen any hero action in a long time, so I wonder what the hell he's doing. He should be a capable hero, but it was still something like level 5 hero the last time I saw anything. So against level 15, I'm not particularly worried. Can't quite make it on this week. No guarantee that he's actually seeing us. Double growth of hunters and master hunters. Well. That means they should also be spotting the wilderness. Since we have diplomacy, we should be able to hire some of them. But this doesn't look particularly impressive of a city. He actually did come out. Right, your priority is to kill the sons of bitches behind the wall. Minimum damage. Where the fuck did that come from? There probably is a town upgrade that does that. But none of the enemies are gonna get through at this point. The trees are in no danger, they'll be healed every turn. So this is more or less a settled matter at this point. Just need someone to really finish it. Right, not a bad fight. This town is clearly not well upgraded, but it'll provide resources for the enemy.
I freed from prison a lone emerald dragon. He tasked me with this. I must free his kin. He told me to seek them through secret obelisks.
Even the obelisks I tried to reach but couldn't. Capture all demon towns, then pull the dragons. Well, we do have one, and that is a good one. Ah, right, high initiative, high speed, so it'll tie up range units nicely. This is a piece of shit city. Yeah, it's not a piece of shit city and can be upgraded to a capital. Magic could also be upgraded with this. They are sort of in a big need for money though. I'm not sure if we can leave immediately anyway. But it's either money or magic. Anything else I can't really take with me anyhow. We might buy some troops as defensive measure, but that's certainly it. Vessel of Shalasa summons a sea ship. Okay, that's nice. Everything else is something we already had. Still, didn't have Vessel of Shalasa. Since this isn't the end of the campaign, that could have a lot of uses. A big point is that the demon didn't get his ship from this place. It appeared here, so there are probably trouble for us. I'll wait in the city for the end of this particular turn. Okay, the attack make a lot of sense. Even a single dragon is a big improvement over the previous situation. Could I get more spells, please? I can upgrade this further. I also have the resources for it. I think I'll wait for level 4. I can't get 5th level spells, but level 4 light spells would be very useful. Summon creatures, very useful. Confusion, righteous magic, fireball. I don't think I can get anything out of this one really. Summon a creature, on the other hand, was only warranted. 4th level spells would provide something truly awesome in some cases. I'm going to take a closer look at the Emerald Dragon's abilities. Acid Breath. What does that actually do? During attack, creature damages not only the target but any other unit positioned directly behind it. fire breath, so it has two different breaths. Immune to earth magic. In many ways it would be more useful for us if the enemy would take this city. If we're lucky, we might get something like resurrection. Not now. There's zero chance of that. Yeah, the problem is I'm buying Mage's Guild in a demon city, so it prioritizes dark and destruction magic. Not really useful for us in any way. Sulfur, right. Not sure I want to kill lots of archliches. Unless you can more or less take them out immediately, that's a lot of casualties you're gonna end up taking. We could try upgrading the major skills here, just to see how far they'll go. The likelihood of getting useful spells is much higher too. Nothing useful here, maybe the ice bolt. Reddy's making his move. There's something red moving here. Right, so there's nothing we can really do on this particular island. The extra wood is very welcome though. Not sure how long we can hold on to this. I don't care about the sulfur too much. It is clear that the sulfur is a bottleneck resource, but at the same time we need it only for the meta skill. And we can trade enough for that easily. Yeah, only 3rd level. Ah, deflect missile is at least useful. In fact, we probably should buy everything we can and go meet the hero, provide him with reinforcements. He'll proceed to the other demon city. There's at least 2 demon cities, I would guess the 3. Somewhere in the west edge is another one. Right, this is starting to be a little bit too active, we need to move against him. I'm also inclined to leave this hero here, just so we can prevent him from getting the reinforcements from these demon cities. It wouldn't be exactly a huge catastrophe if you would get them there, not high quality troops. That said, I wouldn't want to throw them away he would make much more better use of them than I would. And there's always a tipping point even with the shitty units. Once there's past a certain number, they're gonna be a huge pain in the ass to deal with no matter who you are. Extra growth of tree ants. Substantial reinforcements. Over 100 pixies. Right. Starting to look good. More or less one useful upgrade still left, and this is about as good as it's going to get. So you get back to the city. I think I'll leave things here. It's an okay start. We've neutralized one of their cities, which provided the enemy with resources, but not really any useful troops. We more or less know where the enemy is, or where their cities are located, so we know exactly what we need to do. Also, there's really only one path that goes there, so I would imagine it'll take about a week and we can play the city out of the fight. With any luck, it'll be the only city he actually has left. So this will be less about fighting the demons, more about just finding where the hell the dragons are. Mass righteous magic, mass haste. I really want the expert light magic though. Because we can get 5th level spells here, and that would mean we could potentially get resurrection. But Master Wrath provides a benefit right this second. We do have the righteous wrath. The Bless and Righteous Wrath, it's not technically Bless here, but those two combinations are the best attack boosting things you can get. Mass Haste on top of that, it's the 3 best things you can cast on an army. They'll attack incredibly fast, do max damage, and have increased offensive value, increased by a value of 10 plus. It's a massive amount of damage they can pile up on the enemy at that point. Although expert light magic is, I'm leaning toward Master Wrath simply because we only have chance to get 5th level spells from demon cities, so it's likely to produce dark or destruction magic. This is guaranteed to produce good results right this second. Mass Righteous Might. Not sure how much that boosts with our spellcasting power. Yeah, and I can't even see it. God damn it. Gotta get into a fight before we can see it. I'll play one additional turn. There's always a possibility that the underground passage doesn't actually lead to the areas the demon city is in. Obelisk. I don't really want to fight it. I'm sure I can. That's not really the issue. Right, this is a dead end. So it's all about the ships. Don't do that. Right, that makes sense. We'll travel here, summon a ship and head toward north, I guess. Destroy the demons there. There might be another way to reach them, but I don't know what that would be. Also makes sense why the ships are in the game in the first place. Why I haven't seen all that much enemy action. Because there literally isn't any easy way to reach the other faction. You always have to use the boats. If you don't use boats, you can't do shit. And we have all the important upgrades now made. This will pay itself back in about 5 days. Right. At least I understand more or less what I would need to do here. And now we are ready to actually start doing it. That said, do we want to leave the obelisk here? It's gonna be a huge pain to ask to come back to it later. Also, this clearly goes north, so that might be a underground passage available to reach the enemy areas. Might have been a little bit too hasty. Yeah, I think we should stay underground, take the obelisks here and just move north. If nothing else, there are going to be items, probably another obelisk, which we have to get anyway. So more or less, we'll use the secondary heroes to hold the fort. Just in case there is no underground connection to the demon areas. At least we can have a defensive force in both cities, and they're gonna struggle to try to overwhelm. If nothing else, we can build the castle defenses. I mean, I don't have any other use really for the resources anyway, so I might as well stick them into this fortification. At least that's a plan.